It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Niners and the Rams, under the lights on Thursday night.
It was only opened in 2020, but quickly became one of the league's most recognizable venues. You're looking at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart on the call in this one. Brock, a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage, run after run, and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense can get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Jake Moody now ready to get this one started. And here we go from LA. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So the Rams offense getting out there for their opening drive of the game. And leading them out to one of the game's all-time leading passers. The top pick back in 2009. Still going strong. It's Matthew Stafford.
Stafford just continues to fight off injuries, and he continues to battle Father Time. And it is remarkable. There's a lot of quarterbacks as we see him age. We see the arm fall apart. We see the wear and the tear and the velocity disappear. You're just not seeing that with Stafford. You can question how long the journey may continue, but you cannot question how productive he is when he's on that field.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
They go with Williams on the counter. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. They fake the handoff now. Stafford. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Every defense in this league is going to sign up for a 3-and-out to begin a ball game. But to send them off the field, to really add that extra tone setter by backing them up with a sack, well, that's the cherry on top of that 3-and-out.
Rams going to punt on 4th down, and they're calling Ethan Evans to the field. He's got this at the 27. And he's brought down before the return gets far. So here come the 49ers now to take over for the first time. Leading them out, a player known, yes, for that draft status, but also as a great methodical passer. I know you love this guy, Brock. The last pick of the 2022 draft, it's Brock Purdy.
You know, Kate, people won't stop recognizing Brock Purdy as Mr. Irrelevant right at first, but they better start recognizing his game. He shed that label of his draft status to me long ago. He proved there is no fluke to his talent. He knows how to see it, how to feel it, how to deliver it, and most importantly, he knows how to elevate the people around him.
And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Purdy throwing here on 1st. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's across midfield into Rams territory.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. Third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. They stick with McCaffrey. Makes a man miss. Uh-oh, he's off. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Purdy on first down. Finds his man. It's Ricky Pearsall. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Shotgun snap for Purdy. He throws a bullet down the right, and the defender comes away with it. And the Rams are going to take over after the interception.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
So the LA offense getting out there for their 2nd drive. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Stafford back to throw. He's got the hook up to Devontae Adams. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it brings up an LA first down.
I'm sure Coach, play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Williams now on 1st and 10. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Brought down by Fred Warner. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Well, that throw, Kate, pretty clean out of his hand. Just looked like it didn't get through the defense clean enough. Somebody tips it away and saves a potential completion.
Throwing is Stafford on 3rd. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And a fair catch made here at the 17. No return on that punt. And the 49ers will go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Short pass brought in. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. We've arrived at the end of one on Thursday night. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the 2nd. We'll return to Inglewood in just a moment. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They have it on 2nd and short. From the gun, McCaffrey. Jukes out a one-stop, and he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
They've got 1st down from the 31. On the ground, this is Isaac Arindo. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
From the 33 on 2nd down. Hits him on the out route. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
New set of downs for him from the 46. First down throw by Purdy. On target to his back, here's Christian McCaffrey. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun is Purdy. This one's out to Pearsall on the left side. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the 1st down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. To throw again, it's Purdy. This one's caught. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Second and goal from the 9 here. Purdy to throw it. Has it down close. And he's to the 5 before going out of bounds.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Third and goal, Purdy. Escapes. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. Now, I think they're going to have to stop things here. Yep, and they just did. One of the Rams is hurt, is going to need some help out there. Fourth down now, and on comes Jake Moody for the 49ers field goal. It's a 33-yard look from the right hash. Moody knocks it through, and that's going to get them on the scoreboard.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. This return starts at the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. And this throw is knocked away, incomplete.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Stafford from the gun. He completes it in traffic. And he'll get it up to the 27.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Throwing now, Stafford. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete, 4th down coming up.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
The Rams are set to punt. Ethan Evans, the one to kick it away. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. That one's caught along the left sideline. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Purdy gets this from the pistol. Reeled in by George Kittle. And they make the tackle at the 38. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. New set of downs for him at the 38. Running back sent in motion left. Purdy on first down. This ball's caught by McCaffrey. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates now as a receiver in the open field.
2nd and 3 now. From the 31. That finds Ayuk complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Running back sent in motion. From the red zone now. And he will score. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers grow their lead just before halftime. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Jake Moody on for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the 49ers make it a 10-point ball game. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Rams taking over on offense late in the 1st half. And down a couple of scores, Brock. They probably try to get this into field goal range to trim that lead before halftime. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. Stafford now on 1st down. Throwing the out route complete. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Pass complete. 2-2 Atwell. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Timeout taken by Los Angeles. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. He's got the hook up to Adams. Touchdown, Los Angeles! The Rams make it a one-score game before halftime. Devontae Adams, the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you gotta win right from the jump. And you gotta protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Cardi with the extra point. And the Rams cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. Return starts from the goal line. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Down to 12 seconds before halftime as they come to the line. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Big shot to begin the drive, has him up beyond the 40. He'll throw it. Toward the sideline, and he's got it.
I love throwing up first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. From the right hash, 55 yards out. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. That is the halfway point here on Thursday night. Now we'll jump from the West Coast to the East Coast, down to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The 49ers and Brandon Ayuk running onto the field. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Complete to Pearsall. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They'll start the second half with McCaffrey. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Purdy setting up that play action. Flushed out of the pocket. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
It's a punt coming from the Niners on 4th down, and Mitch Wisnowski out to boot it away. And the fair catch secured here at the 16. The Rams and Devontae Adams getting set for another look here. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Second half starts with a run by Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. They stay on the ground with Williams. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. It's only a gain of 1. Back-to-back misfires on the ground, and they're facing 3rd and long.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Throwing is Stafford on 3rd. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
The Rams are set to punt. And he's going to effort this from his own goal line. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Ball taken in at the 36. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The 49ers headed back out on offense as we get another look at Brock Purdy. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. The 49ers find themselves in a great spot to start this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Ayuk put in motion left. Purdy throwing here on 1st. Sideline throw is complete to Pearsall. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Play action now with Purdy. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's going to keep it this time. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Motioning one of the tight ends. Third and short, here's Purdy. Complete beyond the marker. It's a 21-yard gain. And that's a 49er first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. From the gun is Purdy. Completed here to McCaffrey. And that's good for a gain of 5. That was Darius Williams on the tackle.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when, just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's gonna make you pay.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 24. That throw finds Kittle. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
McCaffrey on 3rd down. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Pick up a 5 on that play. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Going run again with McCaffrey. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
On 2nd down, here's McCaffrey. And he found a little room to turn it into a nice gain down to the 6. That's a 9-yard pickup, and it gives him a 3rd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. And this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be 4th down. Almost a completion of the wrong team there. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, he just couldn't quite hang on. That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Here's a return from the 7. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he's brought down after a solid gain on what's going to be the final play of the quarter. We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter on this Thursday night. It's Rams football. They trail late, but this game's still very much in reach. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 32. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. He manages a gain of 8 there. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Man in motion here. On first down, here's Stafford. Finds his back, Kyron Williams. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
Straight ahead with Williams. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Here's 2nd and 5. That's on target, Puka Nacua. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And it brings up an LA first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Man in motion, out of the slot. Up the gut they go with Williams. And he's brought down for a loss.
On these 1st and 10 calls, defenses are always keyed in that a run might be coming their way. And as soon as the QB turned to give the ball, the entire defense came crashing in to bury them for a loss.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Stafford from the gun. Nacua nabs this one along the sideline. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. It's a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
Well, the officials are going to have to take another look at this one. Kyle Shanahan's challenging that call.
Previous play is under review.
So what we're all looking for here, did he secure the catch and maintain it while also getting both feet down?
Yeah, this is why it's a perfect look. This is why teams scout body control and field awareness for these pass catchers. For moments like this, he did not have much margin for error, and it happens oh so fast.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. They toss to Williams, headed right. And he runs this one in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams come through to tie it in the 4th. Kyron Williams, the touchdown. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
They have this try now to put them in front late. And he comes through on the kick to give him the lead here in the 4th quarter. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Starting from the 5. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Now out comes the San Francisco offense. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Brought in by Ayuk. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Purdy on 1st down. That finds Ayuk complete. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
Second and 4. Kittle brings it in. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. 49ers trail by just 1. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. They'll try it right with McCaffrey. And they make the tackle at the 28-yard line. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Back to McCaffrey on 2nd down. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation. So many coaches love 3rd downs and practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game or already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Jake Moody now in a high-pressure spot. This 42 yards from the right hash. That one is good! And late in the 4th, they have grabbed a lead.
That's called getting his job done, Kate, drilling it right through. And now they're in position to win this game. Now it's on some of those guys who are out there with them on the kick, those defenders, to hang on to this lead to give them the win.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. He'll look to throw it. That one's cut along the left sideline. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Wary of the clock here, Brock, but at least all their timeouts are still available. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And he will score and give them the lead in the final minute. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Cardi now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Rams jump in front now by 5. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Brings in the kick at the 9. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And he has kept his pace up in the 2nd half. His quarterback more than happy to keep throwing it his way, considering what he's been able to do with his looks all game. First and 10 now from the 30. Here he is to throw. Short pass brought in. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. San Francisco calls it 2nd timeout. Still one more in their pocket to use. To the line for a new set of downs. Only a lone timeout at their disposal. Pretty throwing here on 1st. He's on the move. He's keeping it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a 1st. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Finding Pearson. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you can take a lick at any time.
So make a check in that win column for the Rams. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Rams are winners as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.